Hey guys, thanks for visiting my YouTube channel and this special user-submitted question. Now, every day on the John Campea Show, Monday through Friday, we take live viewer questions and people send in tips and super chats to support the channel. But every once in a while, somebody sends in $50 or more. And when they do and attach that to a question, we like to honor that by answering the question in the show and answering it in its own standalone video. So that's what we're going to do right now. And this one comes to us from, well, Ethan Hunt. And Ethan Hunt writes, I was wondering, would a Jedi-centric live-action show be too expensive? Star Wars requires a lot of special effects anyway, and good lightsaber effects are hella tedious. So, would a live show with big lightsaber presence be risky to budget? Thanks. All right, thanks a lot for sending in that question, Ethan. And yeah, listen, it's always been one of the big problems about considering any kind of a live-action Star Wars show. One of the big things you have to take into consideration is what would the cost be? How expensive would it be to do that? Now, we've gotten The Mandalorian, and clearly as you watch all the episodes, while the show is great, they found many ways to make sure they kept that show as cheap as possible. A lot of solo images, not Han Solo, but individual solo images of just walking through the desert by themselves, using a lot of location technology and using virtual digital painted sets and things like that. They've found ways to keep the expense, relatively speaking, low. I mean, it's still super expensive, but relatively speaking low. But that's the challenge for anything live action Star Wars, be it a movie or a television show. How expensive would it be? Now, specifically, you ask about Jedis, and I'm going to say this. Jedis themselves really don't pose much of a challenge. Now, the specific example you bring up is that of lightsabers, okay? And lightsabers, while they look fantastical and they're incredible and they're our favorite things in Star Wars and just the iconic sounds of them and the look of them and all that kind of stuff, and the look of two, duelists in a battle with lightsabers flailing around, the reality is that in almost every lightsaber battle you've ever seen, probably the easiest part as far as visual effects go have been the lightsabers themselves. Because yes, keyframing out and doing the step-by-step process of putting a lightsaber into a shot, is that tedious? Yes. But it is the work that one person can do without too terrible much effort. And a lot of just consumer level software allows you to do it. So that's why when you see in almost every fan film, most of them take place in a forest because they can't actually do a lot of real visual effects. But almost all of them have lightsabers. And quite frankly, a lot of the lightsabers in today's fan films look really good, almost, dare I say, cinema quality, without any other visual effects around, because that's actually one of the more relatively easier things to do. Tedious, yes, but tedious for one person. It's not like a CGI character that requires teams of artists, who are handling the design, the rigging, the lighting and shading and all that kind of stuff. It's not like that. One dude with a computer can sit down and keyframe it out and get an entire lightsaber fight done by themselves. And in the grand scheme of a television show or movie franchise budget, it's really not that much. Making Star Wars movies or shows would be expensive, but you can do Jedi-centric shows with lightsabers and everything depending on what your environment was and what other sort of visual effects needs you have. But the lightsabers themselves won't represent a massive part of that budget. Anyway, guys, what do you think about all that? And what do you think about the lightsaber effects we see in a lot of the fan films today? I want to know what you think. Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, that'll do it for me for this installment. Thanks a lot for being here. My name's John Campea, and until our next video, bye-bye.